Hi guys. I just hit 2,000 followers on TikTok today, and I'm really happy about it because last night I had posted a few videos and I was a bit nervous about it, really. Just because I try to make myself post videos even when I feel a bit insecure about them. It's kind of like a great way social media is like a great way to expose yourself. It's great exposure therapy. At least I feel that way. Because it really makes you look at who you are and what you're like, and it lets people see you for who you really are. And people can comment whatever they think about you, and that's kind of like really scary, the idea of that. But before I get into anything like that, I just want to say that I'm really excited because last night I had posted a couple videos and I was a little bit insecure about them, but I was like, I want to be able to wake up tomorrow and I want to have 2,000 followers, because I was at like 1,950 or whatever, and I woke up and I got the 2,000 followers, and I'm just really I'm really grateful, and I think I'm proud of myself for even just making a TikTok in the first place and putting myself out there online, even though it's very much a learning curve for me and I don't necessarily know what the fuck I'm doing and what kind of direction I want to go, and I oftentimes feel lost about what kind of content that I want to make. But still, I put in the work every day, and I'm figuring out what's working for me and what's not. And I think a lot of people see posting on social media and wanting to create a following and create a community online as something sort of superficial and shallow, but I think for me it's actually led to a lot of self-reflection, because it really points out my weaknesses. Honestly, it kind of highlights them, and it makes it really obvious the things that I need to work on. And when I look back at my videos and I go to edit them, I can see the way that I'm so uncomfortable with being perceived. And I don't know, I think it's really beautiful that even though I feel that way, I'm still out here and I'm still trying to make it happen. The thing I will say though is I'm trying to learn how to be more authentic instead of, putting on a little voice and trying to make myself seem a certain way instead of just being. That's definitely been really difficult, and strangely enough though, it's a lot easier for me to do on YouTube than it is on TikTok, and I really don't do it at all on Instagram, because with YouTube and TikTok it's like whatever, like it's just strangers who are seeing my stuff, and it doesn't really matter if I flop or whatever, because who cares. But I honestly I don't post on Instagram because I'm really nervous of what the people I know in real life will think of me, and I think it's because it's kind of difficult for me to be fully authentic around them as I'm figuring out who I am, because it's like I don't fully know who I am yet, and as I'm trying to evolve into somebody new, there's a lot of uncertainty with it and a lot of confusion about who I am. So to have the people in my life possibly judging me or questioning me, I just don't feel like I'm in a place where I can defend myself and I can feel secure enough in who I'm trying to become to deal with, whatever people might say. Or when, I don't know how I would deal with my friends questioning me. For example, I just had a conversation about manifestation and my thoughts on that with my friends, and I kind of just found that I was just agreeing with my friend on everything, and I wasn't really bringing up my own points and saying the things that I really felt about it, because if I'm honest, I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube about manifestation and you know, how to like create your own reality and your whole new life, whatever, blah blah blah. And I just found that all of the knowledge that I have been like acquiring, it was like my mind was just like, no, like push it down, like don't think about any of that, just like, no, like it's not, you can't do that, it's not safe because they don't agree with this. And honestly, that made me kind of sad, and it just made it very apparent that I need to be more comfortable in who I am, in the things that I believe, in the things that I value, because I hold all those things so near and dear to me. And to just sit there and feel like my perspective means nothing in the presence of other people, it wasn't a good feeling, and I don't want to feel that way again, even though I know I will, because it's a process, and not everything can just change in the matter of an instant. You know, I know I have to put work in to change that about me, but I don't know. As for my YouTube goes, I've got almost 900 followers, close to 1,000. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see kind of where this channel goes and what I will end up doing with it. I've questioned telling the people in my life about the fact that I have a YouTube channel, but I honestly just don't know, because I show up very vulnerable on here, and to let the people that I know see this is like, they would see an entirely different side of me, and I don't know if I'm ready to handle that yet. Because also, with that being said, I've recently started to get a bit more hate on my stuff, and it's mostly, I mean, I love everybody here on my channel, and most people are super nice to me. All my followers or subscribers are definitely, but every once in a while there will be that comment, just today, somebody was like commented about the fact that I said "you know" a billion times in this video, and I was kind of worried about that before I had posted the video, but it's actually my most viral video, so I don't regret it. You know, if you see, I just did it again, and I'm very aware of it now. If you're nervous about what people are gonna say when you start posting, at least strangers, I honestly can't really talk about what people are gonna say in real life, because God knows I fear for my life every day that somebody is gonna find one of my accounts and I'll just go insane. But when it comes to showing up online in front of strangers, I think it's just like, people are gonna have things to say no matter what, but notice how it's always the people who don't post anything on their YouTube channel. They don't have subscribers, they're not successful, you know. I feel like it tends to just be the people who consume content, and it's never the people who make it, you know. Other artists, other creators, the ones who are really successful, they're not gonna sit there and shit on you for making the content that you make and wanting to be better and wanting to be successful. It's always the people who are not really doing anything with their lives that have something to say, you know. And for me, that's been really helpful, because when that person had commented that, you know, it made me feel a little bit insecure about the way I speak and the way that I talk. But I just got my journal out, and I had realized, like, I don't even know this person. And honestly, I can use that critique to my advantage, because I know that I use filler words a lot, and sometimes it just takes me a minute to really get my brain to process things, and So whatever, I'm using it to my benefit. I'm like, okay, now I can work on the way that I speak and, all that stuff. Plus it just helps, for me at least, it's easier to deal with somebody shitting on me when I'm in my own home and I can just turn my phone off and not have to look at it and be able to deal with that feeling. Because I think there's a lot of room for growth there, and a lot of room for like your own personal evolution, being able to deal with people that don't like you. I often, especially growing up as a kid, I thought like my worst fear in the world was that people wouldn't like me. So I just made myself like the most agreeable kid ever, and I was so fucking miserable. I really didn't like my childhood. I never wish that I could go back and be younger, because I just wanted everybody to like me, and I wanted to feel accepted by everybody. And it just made me, I had this like desperation, I had this really desperate energy, and I think everybody could kind of pick up on it. So it was really just repelling to other kids and other people. And I was really sensitive and stuff, and a lot of people didn't like that about me. And I think it's okay to be sensitive, and it's kind of my greatest weakness, but I also think it can be my greatest strength, because it makes me have a lot of empathy for people, and it helps me to see things from a lot of different perspectives, which I think is something that's really valuable, and it's a great quality to have. And honestly, I still kind of feel that way that I did when I was a kid, where I try to please people, and I try to be like the people who are in my environment to be safe. And I think that's like a natural human thing that kind of everybody does to a certain extent. But I think I can tend to take it too far. So now it's really, for me, just about learning how to be my own person and make decisions that are right for me, as opposed to what I think other people would like. Because if I'm honest, I don't see myself having a conventional job and living a conventional life. Just at least in the sense of like what I want to do for a living, and how I choose my friends, how I choose the people I spend time with, and where I spend my time, I currently live in Michigan, and I don't like living here. I don't think it's good for my mental health at all. I have this deep sense, or a deep, kind of like a yearning to see what else is out in the world, even though it's kind of really scary for me, because I love being in my room. It's very much like a sanctuary for me, because it's so familiar, and I feel like it's the one thing that's kind of like entirely mine, in a place where I can just be myself, because there's nobody else around. But I want to go out, and I want to be able to see the world, because looking at the same thing every day, seeing the same people, walking around the same towns and neighborhoods, it's like, it's so boring. It's depressing. It doesn't fulfill me at all. It doesn't light me up. And I think for me, what's really sad is I feel the most lit up and I feel the most alive when I'm in my room and when I'm alone. And I just feel like the environment that I'm in is just not, it's not meant for me, it's not right for me, and I need to get to a place in my life where I can afford to find something new, move somewhere new. It's my dream to live in California, and it's kind of been my dream since I was like 12 years old. And I don't know where it really came from exactly. I think it was that I heard about the music scene over there, and I kind of really fell in love with it because music is pretty much the most important thing to me. You know, I feel the most alive when I'm listening to music in my room and I'm dancing and singing, and when I'm playing guitar, and when I'm writing music and I'm figuring out, you know, how to make songs and things. That's when I feel like the most like myself. It's or really it's almost like I feel like I'm something bigger than myself, you know? And I just feel like that's the only thing that I care about. And there's nobody really around me who I feel like I can relate to in that sense. And when I was 12 and it was like COVID and I was living in Florida, you know, everybody was quarantined. And I had found some artists. I found that all the artists that I was falling in love with and that I was listening to at the time, they had all lived in California. So I guess it just sort of, it seemed like this dreamland, you know, of where all the really amazing creators, you know, go to live and whatever. I'm not saying that when I move to California, it's going to be this whole like fucking fairy tale thing, and I don't want to put living there too much on a pedestal. I'm just saying that like something in me has always kind of called to me and told me like it's right to move there. You know, because I've gotten over the whole it's going to be the place where, you know, my whole life is fucking amazing just because that's where it is. You know, I know there's a lot of negative things about living in California, and it's not the best thing for everybody, but for me, I've just always felt called to going there. I've just always felt like something there was right for me. And I've been to California once. I've been to San Diego when I was 9. Strangely enough, I don't really remember it. I just remember the beautiful sunsets and going to the beach there. And I really loved that. But I don't know, I need something different than where I am right now. I don't like living in the Midwest. I like really big cities, and because, you know, I've been to Chicago once, and just walking around, just seeing people every day, something about it was just so beautiful to me. And, you know, it was like, you're calling Chicago like a beautiful place, like what the fuck, like, but I don't know, I like to be surrounded by a lot of people, I guess. And I live in a very rural area. I live on some fucking random dirt road, and nobody talks to each other. You're not like around anybody. You see the same people every day, and I don't want that. I want something bigger for myself. So, and how I'm gonna get there, I don't know. That's why I'm making these videos, because I'm like, I hope to be able to make money off of this, and I think that there's a lot of value in just expressing yourself online, and I think to be able to make money from that would be beautiful. And it would really, I think it would change my life for the better, you know. There are things that I want to work towards when it comes to like my artistic pursuits and things, but I don't like the idea of working towards something that doesn't light up my soul. I don't want to spend like 9 hours every day doing something that makes me feel empty inside. And I think a lot of people might call me privileged for saying that, and it would be an amazing privilege to be able to do that, but I just don't know how I would live, because I'm the type of person where if I can't see the point in doing something, I'm just not going to do it. And that's the way I've always been since I was younger. I've quit school so many times ever since I was in 5th grade. I've dropped out of school a million times because I just don't see the point in it. I kind of hate it. I'm back in high school now and I'm graduating early but I pretty much just cheat on everything because I'm like, whatever, well, I guess I should just get my diploma if everything goes to shit and I can't make a living doing what I really love. But yeah, I just pretty much cheat when I do it, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about school. Sorry, I don't care. People think that, you know, fucking school is the most important thing and blah 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 and whatever. And at least in my experience, like, school teaches you nothing about real life. I hate the fucking curriculum because everybody learns in different ways. Why is the fucking, like, people don't, like, school isn't even about learning. It's about what your test scores look like. The school system makes no sense to me, and it's annoying. And I don't want to go back to school. And I don't want to do something for a living. That fucking sucks to me. So, yeah. Also, I quit counseling recently because I felt like it just wasn't really serving me that well. And it helped me for a while. It gave me good tools to deal with my anxiety and deal with the people who were in my life and that I didn't want to be. But now I'm like out of counseling. And really, I feel like I've been more productive ever since I stopped. And I've been able to be more courageous and exploring the things that I love, which is weird. I don't know. It was like, for me, counseling, it was just like, it was working until it wasn't, because I felt like, I got to a point where I just felt like I couldn't fully be myself. And I felt like, well, I had told her this about me, so it's like, I don't know, once I feel like somebody has a certain image of me, I feel like it's really scary to go and change that. It's really scary to evolve in front of people, like with people. I don't really know where that comes from. I guess it's just a lot of self-doubt and feeling like I can't ever really change. And I think I had a nice counselor, but I also just feel like as I was I feel like she just wouldn't understand my dreams, and that to me is just devastating, because I had told her that, well, I told her that I didn't really want to know what I want to do with my life, and she said that, like, you know, all these kids think that they can just go on social media and make a living from that, and she's like, that's just not realistic, like, nobody can do that. And then I just felt like, okay, like, I can never talk to her about what I really want to do for my career again. And I don't know why, like, I don't know why she said that to me. And it didn't make me feel good. So I stopped going after a while, and now I'm out here making my fucking videos every day, because fuck that. It's snowing outside right now. I don't really like the snow. It makes me feel trapped because I hate going outside in the cold, and I'm not trying to film this to be negative, whatever. I'm so privileged. I'm in a nice warm house, and I have heat and everything, you know. But this is more just about just not being happy with my environment and needing something more. The truth is, I want to be somebody who's important, and I want to be somebody who can make a lot of change in the world. And a lot of the reason that I post on social media is because I just feel like there's nobody that I can really relate to. And I want to make it possible. So then if there's anybody out there who's like me and who can relate to me, I can show them that it's possible for them too. And that, because I think we see all these like influencers and stuff all the time, like they just like put up their screen, they don't really do anything, and somehow they blow up, and then and there's other people who put so much effort into their videos and they never go anywhere. And I think it really all just comes down to identity and what you think you deserve and what you feel is possible for you. And also, I've been watching a lot of like Whitney Yuland, and it's about the thing that separates people who can be successful and famed, people who can't, is how authentic you let yourself be and how present you can be, and how comfortable you are with letting people see that, the real you, you know. So I'm trying to come on here and be the real me and show people that if you're like me, then you can have things too. I don't want to be another one of those fucking people working a goddamn office job, doing something that they don't like, getting stuck. Because I'm gonna be honest, making the content that I make is pretty much the only thing that I have. Like, I don't really have a plan B. I'm only 17. And people are always telling you that you're gonna figure out what you want to do or whatever, but I think there are so many adults who expect you to take such a conventional path, especially because posting on social media and making a living off of that it's not really that normalized. It's seen as, you know, just something that the very few lucky people get to do. But fuck that, I want to be one of those people. Like I said, I don't have a plan B. There's nothing else that I want to do. I want to do this, I want to make music, and I want that to be my career. And I know people are gonna think that I'm insane for that, which is why I don't tell the people that I know in real life about it. Because I don't know how I could deal with being more alone than I am right now. Because there's just like, if I'm fully myself and people shit on me for it, like what do I do with that? You know, I have one best friend, I have one online friend. The rest of my family members that I know, they live very conventional lives. They're teachers and they're doctors and they're, you know, they have children. I don't want any of those things. I don't have a role model. All I have is me, and so I don't know how I could deal with people telling me that what I want to do isn't right. Because I'm just like, I don't know who I really have to look at. And I don't really have, you know, I have sort of some celebrities that I kind of look up to, or, you know, people on the internet that I'm like, wow, okay, that's really cool, like maybe I could do this. But I just feel like I don't really have people who come from the sort of same background as me and have grown up the way that I've grown up. And it's just like, I would honestly rather do this and fail a million times over again than do anything else. Because I know that if I try to do anything else, my mental health will just deteriorate. Because I feel like there's something I can't even explain, I can't even put into words, but like something about this is just so right to me. And working for some big company, not getting paid shit, and having somebody else make a shit ton of money is just, sounds like hell. And for most people it is hell. For people who have to work those, and I don't know, I just feel like, in my mind there are gonna be people on here telling me, well, who's to say that you're better than any of these people? I don't think I'm better than any of these people. I just think that I have to choose doing this, or I'm gonna be fucking lying in that bed, not doing anything and crying about it. This just feels right to me. I don't know, like, when I get off here, I'm gonna edit this video, I'm gonna make some music. I might listen to music. I'm just so fucking tired of my life not having any purpose and feeling like my life doesn't mean anything. I want to change people's lives for the better, and I want to impact people, but I guess I have to start with myself. You know, I have to start by changing my own life in order to change others. But I don't know, it's kind of weird because I feel like I need to be able to change other people's lives while I change my life in order for it to have the right impact for me. I'm tired of sitting on my phone all day, getting distracted by the internet, feeling lost and confused about what to post and what to do. I'm just like, no, like, I just need to get the fucking phone out and just do this. Just fucking talk, just be myself, just fucking vent. And hopefully it'll resonate with somebody. Somebody will be able to connect with it. Random little side note. I cut my hair today. I don't really know how I gotta cut my bangs again, I think. I gotta recut them because I'm like, I don't really know. I feel like the way I cut them just doesn't really suit my face. I'm tired of my hair, like, I feel like it just falls in front of my face, but I want it to be more so this way. I sound really shallow now. I was just talking about like all this like deep stuff, and now I'm just talking about my hair, but I need to like cut my layers shorter and all this shit. Cause I decided, what the fuck ever. Like, I'm just gonna experiment with my fucking appearance. I'm just gonna wear what I want. I'm gonna fucking cut my hair how I like it, and if it turns out like shit, then oh fucking well. Cause I don't want to pay $1 billion for a fucking haircut. Like, oh my god, that's fucking annoying. You know, why not just get good at it, doing it myself? I'm trying to learn how to just fucking be happy with the way that I look, and I think a big part of that is just experimenting and doing my hair how, you know, I want like big crazy voluminous hair, but a lot of times I stop myself from doing it because I feel like it's like too loud, you know? People won't like that. People won't like that I'm bold in my appearance and that I do whatever I want, and I know, I mean, because I've done it before and people have given me shit for it, but now I'm just like, oh god. I'm just starting to get so fed up with constantly overthinking every little thing, and because the only reason that I overthink is just because I'm worried about what other people are gonna say. And sometimes I just wish that like I could just be myself and not have to constantly hear what other people think about it. You know, I don't understand why we're so judgmental of the way that other people want to live their lives. It's never made sense to me. Because when I see somebody who's doing something very bold and for whatever they do for a career is like not normal, I'm just like, I love that. Like, something about that is just always, I really admire those people. And the fact that some people are sitting here judging for it and they think it's like wrong, and they think the whole fucking purpose of life is to just fucking work for somebody else and be told what to do all day, and I'm just like, what? Like, why? This world is so fucking confusing for me. I don't understand why we all fucking live this way. Like, I don't know. And also, I think it's so, especially with the generation that I grew up in, you know, I'm a Gen Zer. I think we're so disconnected from each other, you know. We're not as good at networking and building communities as the older generations are because of our phones and because of, you know, individualism and everybody wanting to be so like hyper independent and by themselves. It's just so lonely, and I don't want to live that way. And I don't know. I need to start like getting out of my fucking house, but I don't know how. Because the only way that I see that I can get out of my house all day is if I get a fucking job somewhere. But I'm like, I don't want to get out of the house just to do something that I hate. So how do I leave the house and do something that I love? Like, Because I can't even go for walks in the fucking area that I live in. Because I don't live near any city. I don't even have sidewalks where I live. It's all just fucking dirt roads and fucking ticks and bugs everywhere. It's like, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. And I don't know how. So this is basically my last fucking hope. Just that I can magically make $1 billion. Not a billion. I don't want to be a billionaire. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm just saying that I can make enough money to get myself out of here. And also I have to work on my fucking mental health shit too. Because how the fuck am I gonna move across the country in the fucking state that I am? I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to live in the fucking real world. Like, I don't know how you fucking go to pay rent, or I've never had a credit card. I don't have any fucking credit. Like, oh my god. I just feel, I don't know. I'll just have to fucking, I mean, I have to work for it, I guess. I have to make myself uncomfortable. I have to be comfortable being fucking uncomfortable so that I can eventually be more comfortable. Like, I don't know. I feel like so much of life is just being comfortable, I guess. Like, I don't know, because you could always, like, there's always more room for you to expand. There's always more fears for you to face. And that's kind of, sometimes it just makes it feel like, what's the point if it's never ending? You know? Because people always talk about, like, the new levels, new devils sort of thing, and it's like, well, what the fuck is this all for then? But I guess it's just so I can have more than whatever the fuck this is, whatever the fuck I'm doing all day, living without a fucking purpose. Because I want to be able to wake up every day and be like, yeah, I know what I'm living for. I want to be able to be so focused on this and my music that I can just, like, that's all I have to think about all day. But I sit over here, I stress about the most random things, like how exactly, like, what specific order I'm going to do all these things in, and the way that I overthink is just so fucking ridiculous, and it's because I need to be out of the house and not be so fucking lonely, but I'm like, how do I get out? I don't know. I'm probably gonna go cry now, and I'm gonna journal. And I'm gonna think that I have everything figured out until I wake up tomorrow and then I realize that I have nothing figured out. Hopefully this was like, this gave you something. You had some sort of insight watching this. Weirdly enough though, I mean, I don't want to end it on a bad note. I still feel hopeful. I'm determined to make this work out for me. Even though I'm so fucking unhappy with the way that my life is, I'm doing this so that I can be happy with the way that my life is. Because even while I'm sitting here and I'm feeling sad and whatever, I'm glad that I'm doing it. I do feel that I have a purpose while I'm doing this. So overall, I guess today was a pretty good day. And that's it. Thanks for watching.